You should stand still, Pudding. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. But right now, you got involved with something, didn't you? You've been through a lot today. I can tell that much just looking at you. What? Surprised? I just thought maybe, if anything, you needed a normal day. That things might have been too much. Too many ups and downs and things like that. Maybe you just needed kisses. Or maybe you needed more. You're so cute like this. And as much as I think that sometimes you get carried away, it's for that exact reason that I stick by you so much. If I don't look out for you, who will? I'm not saying you're a handful. I'm just saying you're a handful with benefits. You can't be that surprised, right? I'd imagine it just seems to you like another day. And to me too. The only difference is you're on my lap. And when you get on my lap like this, I'm not gonna lie. My mind wanders just a bit. And I wanna kiss you. Hold you and otherwise. I just wanna see how you feel. Make sure that my baby, my Pudding, gets everything you need. Call it spoiling. Call it me being overbearing. Call it whatever you want, honestly. I'm not here to prove a point. I'm here for you. I'm here to make you feel. 'Cause there's way too many times when you don't. Would it be bad of me to say I want more? Even the cuddles and kisses. As much as I like them, there's more to us that I like. And I don't just mean playing games. Well, I suppose I could mean it, but I think it's much more interesting if we're able to have times like this too, where I can hold you and I can feel you and I get to understand what goes through your brain, because I can never figure it out. If I'm honest, it just feels like sometimes you're lost in your thoughts. I know I get that way too. You don't need to worry about that. It's A-okay. I think if anything, you give me faith that it's okay to not be exactly normal. That it's okay to be a little different. And that maybe sometimes our differences make us even closer. That sometimes I'm not just that odd person out. To you, Pudding, how am I? I want to hear your honest feelings, your honest thoughts. Because the more I think of it, the more I learn. The more I see myself in you. And for all the things that confuse me about you, Pudding, there's so many things more that excite me. You're like a mystery. A mystery just for me. Though I suppose it's cocky to say that, isn't it? Saying all that when you could leave at any moment. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I still am a firm believer that you should only stay with me if I make you happy. So always be honest with me. You have to promise me. If I'm ever lacking, and I'm not good for you, leave me behind. You can't just go making promises like that. We don't know what the future's like. No, I have no plans of being with anyone else. I'm not saying that as an excuse for cheating. Not saying that as an excuse for anything. I just don't want to get my hopes up. If anything, I want to know that you're with me in this moment right here. That no matter what, it's a moment that we can share. That it's something that means something to you, means more than any promise of tomorrow. I like living in the moment, and I want to live there with you. Badly. So badly sometimes. If I'm honest, you're really special. And while I don't exactly know how to put it into words yet, I'm working on it. Okay? Though sometimes you can be a handful. If I'm honest, you can be crazy. Relax. I never once said that was a bad thing. In fact, it makes my heart beat faster. When you do those crazy things, I just wish you'd take more care of yourself. I know you're doing your best, and I appreciate that. It's just sometimes you seem sad. And I want that sad to go away. 'Cause I want you to be able to be happy. You know what I mean, right? It's all a work in progress. It may not seem like much, but I hope that I've been a positive influence on your life. I hope that my kisses still mean something, and my touch doesn't just leave your heart still. I hope that I'm someone to you, someone extra special. And I know people say that I don't put heart into my words, but I try to. It's just never coming out right. I want you, of all people, to understand. I am giving it my all, in my own way. I might be different, an outcast, an outlier. But even then, even with all of that, you accepted me. You loved me, don't you? That's enough for me. I don't need some magnificent, magnanimous thing. What I need is you. If I'm completely honest, all I really wanted was you. You. And that gorgeous smile. And the other embarrassing things that, when I try and think of saying, my words stop in my throat. Yeah. So I'm feeling a little shy. Is that a problem? No. I know it's not a problem in that way. It just... When it came to you, I just didn't want it to be empty words. And I know you would never do that. You never have let me down. I want to make that clear. You've always done good things for me and made me feel special. I just sometimes lose heart that I'm good enough for you. That I'm worth your time. I just feel like my lack of expression, my lack of words sometimes to fill the gaps. I get lost in that. And I'm not sure what to do, you know. I get scared and lonely. And I'm not that strong sometimes. I know everyone has times when they're strong and not. And that sometimes those happen more than not with me. But your worth all those struggles we go through. And I don't want to leave you. I don't want to stop loving you. And I don't want you to stop loving me either. When I look at you with these eyes, I try and tell you, even when the words won't come out, that I want you, baby. That it's not just some kind of phase, some kind of coping mechanism. That's the worst one. When people think us dating is a coping mechanism, it hurts. I don't want people in my business, except for you. Even if I could, I couldn't change anything. Not yet. It's a process of growing as a person, and as a boyfriend, and as someone who loves you. It's just like you said. I'm still learning a lot of things. About myself and about others. But mostly about you and I. And, well, I'm glad that there's some mystery still. It feels like we've got a place to make upward momentum. That everything's going to be just fine. That I don't need to worry about too many things. That it's all gonna work out someday. And especially that I want to embrace you even more than I did. Even more than yesterday. But not as much as probably tomorrow. And it's strange to say that as someone who firmly lives in the moment but is always looking ahead. I've got a lot of things that I want to show you, share with you. I don't just want this to be a normal relationship. I want it to be something that makes your heart race. Just like you do to me. I know. Maybe sometimes it feels like you don't. Like you don't affect me. But just put your hand on my chest already. You can feel it, can't you? My heart beats so much for you. It's so much it almost feels scary sometimes. I don't just want to do this to prove something to you. I want to do this because my heart's all in. I've been talking more than normal, but it's because I feel like I've not done enough. I felt guilty, like I wasn't a good boyfriend, and I want you to feel safe. Yes, like that. It's always been like that. But with you, yeah, I just want you to understand me. I want you to know that I'm looking out for you, that I'm going to protect you, that you don't have to be scared, that everything's fine, you know? You're really special to me. Really, really special to me. And I know it probably sounds cliched and redundant, and I never wanted it to, but there's only so much I can say without actions, so... This one's for you, as well as every other one of mine. I just want it to be something special. I don't want to be every relationship. I want to be me, who's dating you. That's it. No other strings attached. And I know I've got a long ways to go, but it makes me feel safe knowing I get to hold your hand. And well, I want to feel more. And make you feel more.